Hi, welcome to Chat Craft with Lorraine. Sorry, I have an echo, but I think I fixed it. Welcome to Chat and Craft with Lorraine. I am Lorraine Tierney. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Warner, New Hampshire, and I blog at chatandcraftwithlorraine.com. You can also find me on Facebook on a page with that same name. Today we're going to play with this Rays of Light stamp set. Oh, today's Sunday, March 19th. Please let me know if you're watching. I always forget to say this part. And if you're catching the replay, I'd love to know that too, so I can say hello. Okay, so this is what we're playing with, the Rays of Light stamp set. And I really love this stamp set. It's quite beautiful. It's very versatile. You can do a lot with it. And I'm going to use it to make some Easter cards today, but any of the cards I'm making today could also be birthday cards or thinking of you or just springtime cards. So I'll show you what we'll be making. I'm going to use my Stamparatus because, as you can see, this is a pretty large stamp. And I put a clean piece of paper in here. You can get a pad of the paper for the Stamparatus. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Joanne. Thanks for watching from Tucson, Joanne. And I stamped in here one time so I could see exactly where it's going to stamp. And then I know where to lay my paper when I'm ready to do that. So this is the first card we're going to make. This is just a simple card with the background stamp on it. Whoops. I was trying to move so I could get rid of that shadow. And I bumped everything. So that's the first one we're going to make, and then I'll show you the next one. So I'm going to start with just a piece of basic white, and the finished size of this piece is 3 3/4 by 5. But I'm going to start with 4 by 5 1/4. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for watching. And then trim it down a little bit because sometimes the edges just need to be trimmed off. It's easier. I don't do that when I use DSP, and I'll show you that in a little bit because I don't want to use any more DSP, any more patterned paper than I have to. So I'm making sure that this is straight on one of these lines and that I'm inside the stamped image. I can't put my magnets on this because the stamp set is bigger than my magnets, so that won't work. I'm going to stamp the Rays of Light in Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to have to move this over so this can be flat. It's helpful with the Stamparatus to put something under the plate that holds it level, so I just use another stamp set. Ink pad. You can put a stamp set under there. That's a good height too. And I'm just making sure that I ink up the whole stamp nicely, and then I'll move this back into view. Okay, and now I'm just going to press it down and give it a good rub. I keep meaning to make one of those Chuckies, I think they're called, that you can use to put some pressure on this. Okay, now my paper usually sticks to it because I'm not holding it down with magnets, but that's good. I can see that I got the whole thing. There we go. And it always does come out a little bit lighter on that side. I think it's designed to be that way, but I'm going to trim a little bit of that off with my nice clean trimmer. I cleaned my trimmer this morning and I made a little video about it that I will post later in case your trimmer gets as messy as mine. So now I'm trimming this down to 3 3/4 by 5. And I took it off the left side and the bottom. Okay, so that's all there is to making that easy background. I'm going to put it on a piece of Mango Melody that's 5 1/4 by 4. And the other first card I made with this, I made in the portrait orientation. No, yes, I made in portrait orientation. I think this one I'll go landscape, because you can really go either way. You can have the rays coming whichever way you want at you. So I'm just going to put this on a card base. Oh, the other thing you can do with this, and I was going to maybe do it, but I forgot, was you could, after you stamp this white panel, you could put it through your stamp and cut and emboss machine with a subtle embossing folder, like the new one with the crosshatch, or the time-worn texture, something like that. I cut a circle using the Stylish Shapes dies. These come with circles and banners and squares, and I used the third smallest to cut this circle because it fits really nicely right in there. And I'm going to go a little bit darker with my ink for my sentiment. The Daffodil Delight is really light, and I didn't feel like you could see that too well. Don't leave your dies hanging around on your table. They walk away when you do that. And I'm just going to do Happy Easter, and we'll put that on there. I got to grab some dimensionals. And put this on. And I'm not sure whether I like the pearls on it or not. I put some pearls on this one. You tell me what you think. Do I want pearls on this one? I need to use my grid paper to get that straight. Or should I leave it without any bling? What do you think? Michelle says bling. We have pearls. There's probably other dots I can use, but it's Easter. I feel like Easter's kind of a fancy event, so I guess I'll go with pearls. All right, Michelle, your vote wins because you're the only one that voted. Oh, Michelle, so there's two Michelles watching. Michelle Solis and Michelle Epperson. It's a 1L and a 2L, though. I could distinguish you guys by that also. Bling. Oh, I could color the pearls, Michelle. Too late now. But yes, I could use a blend to color the pearl and put it on there. What a great idea. So that's the first card. Then the second card we're going to make is going to be very similar to this one. So I started this one with a piece of Designer Series paper. This is what I call the B side or the back side of one of the two-tone Flora pieces. And a lot of the packs of paper have a back side that just has color wash or different colors. There's some in, I have some here from the Hues of Happiness, has it in this color or the pinks. It even has, I'm going to make one in the green and the blue. This is the back of a piece from the Hello Irresistible paper. So you can use all different ones. I think that Enjoy the Journey pack of paper has different patterns you can use. So on this one, I stamped it right on this piece of patterned paper, about like this. And then I flicked a whole bunch of Wink of Stella on that. I hope you can see some of that shimmer and shine. And then used a different Happy Easter with the double oval punch. I mean, it's the same stamp, but the double oval punch on that. I'm going to stick with a circle on this one, but we're going to try it on a different piece of paper. So for this one, I cut a piece. This is a piece of the Hues of Happiness. And we're going to use Melon Mambo ink. Melon Mambo is not a color I use very often. I tend to use polished pink or even Blushing Bride paper. I don't love the Blushing Bride ink, but I don't use Melon Mambo too often. But that's what color pink is in here, so that's what I'm going to use. So I cleaned my stamp. I want you to know this is my new chamois. My other chamois looked so horrible. That's my new one, and it's already looking yucky. So I want my sun, my circle part, to be on a little bit or closer to that yellow piece. So I'm going to put this, and this is already cut 3 3/4 by 5. I don't want to have to trim this, so I'm hoping that will work. I hate to trim away. Don't drop your ink. I hate to trim away designer series paper and not use it. So bear with me. It's going to take me a little bit to cover this. You can see how this is kind of a distinctive stamp. The ink shows up in this color a little better. It's going to take the ink. The ink coverage is different. Water just before you stamp it, and that is really pretty too. Okay, I hope this is not too dark. I didn't test this out ahead of time, so we're figuring this out together. If we don't like it, it's paper and we can do another one. Okay, so here we go. You want a little bit of contrast with your ink and your paper, or else it won't show up too well. So this side's been having a little bit more difficulty. Just give it another rub. And I don't want to get ink all over my fingers. Oh, I love it. That is bold. That is a little bit dark. I don't know. You guys tell me. Should we try it again with a lighter color ink? This is what I was going to do with this one. I think like this. We could use, I'm afraid Blushing Bride will look too brown. We could try a yellow on that. I don't know. Let's cut another piece while you guys tell me what you think. Michelle likes it. A darker background, Michelle, a darker card base. Joanne likes the deepness of the color. I hope you're saying deepness of the color. Okay, let's see. This, we want 5 this way and 3 3/4 this way. That's going to be really yellow. I want pink, so I'm going to go 3 3/4 this way. You mean a darker card base, Michelle? Well, then you're going to have to give me some hints of what color you would use. 5 5. Let's see. So let's just do it. I'm going to put this right on here, and I'm not going to ink my stamp up again. I'm just going to see with what's left on here what that looks like. Use the Melon Mambo as a card base. Okay. Oh, I'm just being silly, Joanne. It's okay. Let's see. I'm going to really press this on and give it a minute. That's really light. I don't know if you can see that at all, but that's pretty too. I'm going to try to get a little more ink on that. I'll pick that up in a second and show you. That's, I'd have to trim this top off because I got some dark ink there. But that's really pretty, like that also. Okay, so I'm going to stick with this one. Maybe I'll put it on, oh, I don't like it on a white mat. Nope. All right, let me get a piece of Melon Mambo. And cut a card base. So cutting a card base 8.5 by 11, you cut your paper in half in one direction or the other. I usually go this way, 5.5 by 8.5, because then your card will stand up. If you make a tent fold card, it doesn't stand up very well. It tends to splat open. Michelle, you want me to squirt it with water? Yeah, it's really pretty when you do that. You get a really nice watercolor color. All right, there it is, but we need, I want a matte. So maybe a little, oh, I think I like that, a Blushing Bride matte. So I'll just cut that out of this card base. I want this to be 4 by 5 1/4. I love when it's group card making. Michelle, do you think I should squirt this one with water now? I could flick a little water with a water painter. That water painter didn't have anything in it. This water, all right, I'm going to get a little water. Hold on, people. Okay, here I come. So these water painters can be tricky. They turn the opposite way you think they would to open and close. So you'll try to open it and you'll say, oh my word, I can't open it. I can't open it. But if you go the other way, it opens. Okay, so I'm going to get some water to come out down to the brush. There it is. I just squeezed it a little bit. Wipe it on my pants. And I'm going to move this stuff away. I need to find the cover to my ink cube. Okay, now I'm not going to find the pieces to my card, but that's okay. Let's see. Move all that stuff out of the way because you never know where this water flicking will go. I'm going to use my cap to try to flick. It's not working too well. Get it a little wetter. Can you see that water? There we go. Get it wet again. Ah, I almost dropped a big drop on there. I don't know if this is going to react with the water very much. It does not look like it. I'm going to do my Wink of Stella trick. Okay, so I take the Wink of Stella and the cap. I'm just making sure I've got some good wink on the brush. And I like the sparkle, so I'm going probably pretty heavy-handed with it. I got some big blobs. Okay, I have another decision for you guys to make, but I need to find the parts of this card. Okay, so let's see. Now this is going on here. Okay. Before I start gluing, I'm going to show you the next decision to make. What are we going to put the sentiment on? Something like that. Something like that. Something like this. Or I could cut one out of the Blushing Bride. So while I'm gluing, you tell me what you think, and I'll try to watch the comments. It also looks very pretty if you arrange flowers or something around that opening right there. Yeah, I don't think the water did much on this, but I can see the sparkle. Okay, now I'm going to put this on here. Oh, I do like that on the darker one. I've got a yellow and 2 Blushing Brides so far. Michelle Epperson, I need your vote. What do you say? Hi, MJ. Thanks for watching. All right, I'm going to cut a Blushing Bride one so we can see. It's the 3rd largest. I have to step off screen for a second to run this through my cut and emboss machine. Okay. So here's the... Oh, Michelle, you like the DSP. There's the Blushing Bride. Here's the yellow. That does have some nice contrast there. And here's a piece of the DSP. Girl. So I think I'm going to go with the Blushing Bride. And I'll use the Melon Mambo ink to stamp the Happy Easter on there because that's what color I have over here. And I have 2 more cards I'm going to show you. I'm not going to make those today, They'll be coming out with directions in a blog post next week. I think next Monday. But hang on, don't go away so I can show you another couple of cards. And I have a couple more ideas. There's really so much you can do with this stamp set. It sat on my shelf for a while and I didn't use it too much, and now I love it. Oh, I like that. What do you think? Oh, good, MJ. I'm glad you're not disappointed with the Blushing Bride. Let me get some blends and we'll color some pearls for this one, if I can find them quickly. At home, I have all my blends in nice blend holders, but here you can see, oh, look at that. I found Light Melon Mambo pretty quickly. That's polished pink, red, Light Melon Mambo, I think it is. Okay. I got water and Wink of Stella on my mat. All right, I'm going to do 3 blends. I'm going to color them with the bullet tip. There's a bullet tip and a brush tip on these. I'm going to color it with the bullet tip. Oh, that's really pretty. Thank you for that idea. Give those just a second to dry. Since they're alcohol ink, they dry very quickly. And I have a mark there, so I'm going to put one right there. And what I do on the other one, I did all 3 in a row. On this one, I scattered them. I think I'm going to do 3 in a row again. I was trying to go kind of for sunset or sunrise colors, like an Easter sunrise. So there you go. So look at your DSP, because it adds a lot, I think, to the background. I like it with the white in the background, but I think it adds a lot to stamp it on some patterned paper. These colors look a little bit darker to me on the camera than there. And now I'll show you 2 that I've made for something else. These are for a color challenge. So the colors were decided in a color challenge. They're pretty bold, but I made these, and I call this the circle switch. So this circle was die cut from this background, and this circle was die cut from this background, and just switched them up a little bit. I think it would look really pretty too if this was clear embossed, so it had a little bit of shine. I didn't think of that ahead of time, but this is another way. And these I used the Sending Smiles stamps and dies to do just a more generic sentiment, but it could still say Happy Easter on the inside, or Get Well Soon, or whatever you would like. So these are for a color challenge. Yeah, the Tahitian Tide, that pop is really nice, isn't it? I like that. So thank you for joining me today. I love to make cards. I love to help people make cards at home. If there's a technique you'd like to learn, I'd love to do a video for it. So let me know. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'd love it if you would like or share this video. That would be great. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.